Hey, what up, everybody? What up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. It's your boy Chris. It's another amazing episode of Financial Patience. This channel is all about making money. It's all about saving money. It's all about building generational wealth. And it's all about financially emancipating yourself from generational poverty. On this channel, everybody, I try to give you a six-figure MBA level worth of investing in financial knowledge for free here on YouTube. And the things that people typically spend hundreds of thousands of dollars learning in grad school, I give it to you for free here on Financial Patience. As a brother that has his MBA and who's taught finance for over 20 years, I feel very, very, very comfortable telling you that, okay? I had a very big milestone in my life this week, everybody. God bless me. He allowed me to live to see another year, and I turned 40 this year. And it's been pretty dope because I just think about like a lot of the teammates that I had, a lot of friends that I've had over the years, a lot of family members that I had over the years that sadly did not live to see 40, or if they did live to see 40, they're unfortunately behind bars right now. And in a lot of ways, it kind of just allows me to keep everything in perspective in regards to how truly blessed that I am because given the state of the society that we live in and everything like that, tomorrow is not promised. It's just as simple as that. Everybody could have had something kind of go strange. Every time you get behind the wheel and you drive a car, it could literally be your last time ever doing that. Every time you go out to a public event, there's things that could be going on in regards to you basically not coming home to your wife and your kids and your family. The fact that I essentially grew up in four different murder capitals, the fact that I've seen drive-bys, I've seen people shot directly next to me, I got recruited to join gangs, and all kind of other crazy, wild things have happened in my life. I just want to thank Jesus that I lived to see 40. And God willing, I'll live to be over 100. That's the plan and everything. A lot of times, obviously, there are things that you can do to maximize your time on this planet. But at the end of the day, life happens to everybody. And to a lot of my friends and family members and teammates who are no longer here, God bless you, rest in peace. And yeah, it's one of those kind of things where it just makes you truly just thank God for the fact that you have lived to see 40. I want to thank my beautiful wife. She basically put out an amazing birthday party for me. It's kind of hilarious. I was talking with my boys from college, and I was like, dude, it's weird, man. At 40 years old, the way we celebrate our birthdays now at 40 is very, very different from how we celebrated when we were in our 20s and our 30s, like down in Miami or other places that we would go. So it's just kind of weird how, as you grow older, life and maturity, it should come with wisdom and age. I always say on my channel that if you talk to a person that's doing the exact same thing 10 years ago, they literally wasted a decade of their life. If you go back to your hoods or go back to your trailer parks or go back to wherever you're from, and you're talking to people, and it's literally the exact same conversations. They're going to the exact same bars, hanging out with the exact same types of people, and doing the exact same things that y'all was doing in your 20s and your 30s, your 40s now. And unfortunately, that individual wasted 20 or 30 years, 20 or 10 or 22 years of their life. And with age, it should absolutely come maturity, okay? So that's definitely something I want to say. So thank you, Baze, for the amazing birthday party you gave me. Thank you for the two kids that you've given me. And it's been pretty dope. I would just say getting to 40 years old. I feel pretty good because no one can ever guess my age. So I guess I'm doing something right in regards to working out and taking care of my body. And on the flip side of that too, as well, I always tell this to all the guys that listen to my channel, fellas, get educated and take care of your body and invest your money. If you are struggling with women, I promise you, if you get jacked, you basically take care of your body. You work out 4 or 5 days a week. You essentially eat healthy and drink plenty of water. You will never have to worry about having women in your life, and more importantly, the right types of women will approach you. So, on a side note, before I get started with my live session tonight, fellas, get educated and take care of your body. Okay, if you do, everything else in life kind of falls into place in the Western world. If you're a man and you get educated, you work really hard, you take care of your body. 90% of 90% of men's problems in the Western Hemisphere can be solved if you do those three very simple things. Okay. So at 40 years old, it's really interesting because I was just kind of sitting back thinking this week, what are some of the life lessons from a financial perspective that I have learned at 40 years old? And it's really interesting because as I was sitting back kind of thinking about this the other day, right before my birthday party started, I was like, it's really interesting because that's one of those kind of milestones in your life where there's certain things that should happen in certain periods of your life. When you're 21, you should be able to drink. When you're 18, you can join the military. When you're 25, you can rent a car. When you are 40 years old, that's an interesting period of life because if you take care of your body, your physical health has not started to decline yet, but your mental acuity should literally be pretty much at its peak. And on top of that, your maximum period of financial earnings starts generally speaking around 39 to 40. So essentially from 40 to about 51, 52, you are literally in your prime earning years. So at 40 years old and everything, you are literally in the peak of your financial earning potential. And more importantly, you also should be mentally and physically at a point in your life where you can literally just start building unfathomable amounts of generational wealth. And if you're not familiar with my channel, Financipation, that's what I talk about on my channel. I talk about essentially teaching you how to make money, how to save money, how to build generational wealth, how to invest your money. Appreciate that comment, Ike Rhines. I appreciate that. Please hit the super chat button, everybody. My cash app is $CHRISP45. Please hit the super chat, okay? But yeah, in your 40s, you should pretty much be at the best possible. You should be entering the maximum earning years of your life. And as a result of that, there are certain life lessons that I've realized now that I'm 40. So the first life lesson that I realized is this: at 40 years old, you should have good credit. Now, I understand that there is literally no financial correlation between how much money you make and what your credit score is. To be exact, there's a very popular gentleman out in Tennessee, Grandpa Dave, and everything. He's always trashing the credit score because he doesn't use credit cards, things of that nature. And that works for him being a 70 or 80-year-old white gentleman in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee. That works for him, okay? But for the vast majority of people that listen to this channel, having good credit is generally a good thing. And the reason why it's a good thing is because it allows you to get better mortgages for your loan, for your better loans for your mortgages for your home. It allows you to get better mortgage rates for your personal loans if you made to take out through a credit union. And it also allows you to get better personal loans for your automobiles. Now, if you're the type of individual that can buy these things 100%, that's a great thing. I'm actually in the process of I'm about to probably buy a car actually 100% down and just drive her out the lot. But that's a story for another day. But most individuals cannot afford $300,000. Cannot afford to write a $300,000 check for a house. So as a result of that, having good credit in our society, I'm going to say, is kind of a must. Now, I do agree with Grandpa Dave on this. Credit card debt is stupid, and it's funny because whenever I do my financial one-on-one consultations with people, the number one way and the fastest way I can tell that someone is essentially spending way too much money and they financially are illiterate is if they have a lot of credit card debt. Now, if you're in a situation where a family emergency pops up, maybe your kid gets sick, maybe your boiler blows, something like that. You live in Chicago in the wintertime, your boiler blows, and you're in Miami, and here and everything, it's like 100 degrees outside, and your air conditioning blows. Okay, cool, I get it. You got to spend $10,000 to buy a new chiller, a new compressor, possibly buy a new furnace. I get it. And if you guys spend that kind of cake and it takes you 3 or 4 months to pay it off with the credit cards, I understand that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the cats that are legitimately every month holding about a credit card balance of over $9,000 to $10,000. And before you start laughing at the individual who does this, the average American right now in the United States of America, the last time I checked, owes roughly $8,500. That has a credit card balance of $8,500 every month. Now, to tell you how bad that is, I'm not even going to talk about the credit card portion. I'm just going to talk about the amount of interest that gets with that. The highest interest rate that you can get, for the most part, is credit card balances. And the average credit card in America has a credit card APY of 18%. There is no investment in America that routinely returns about 18%. It's only 18% if your credit is above 790 or 800. So if you are those poor souls in the 540s or the 600s, stuff like that, your credit card balance, your credit card interest rates are probably closer to 22 to 23%. And in some cases, they can be, I've seen them as high as 28%. People, I'm gonna make this real. I'm gonna make this clear, okay? It is literally impossible to build any form of meaningful wealth if you are constantly keeping a credit card balance of $8,500 like the typical American is. And I'm certain that I'm saying things that you guys have heard before, but once again, I've been there before where I had like a credit card debt system that's got like 5 zeros behind it and stuff like that. And so that has like 4 zeros behind it. And I know how it feels like, okay, well, I'll just pay the minimum balance until I figure out something to do. I've been there before, guys, everybody. One thing that I like about Financipation is that about 75